What we take for granted as we traverse southern highways and byways is the inspiration for our next guest. Damian Stamer is a Durham, North Carolina-based artist whose work will be on display at the Gibbes through the fall. He joins us now. Your work is quite lovely. What is it about abandoned buildings that has captured your heart and attention?
Abandoned buildings were kind of what we explored growing up. I say we. I have a twin brother, so I say we. But we would go out and explore these old barns and buildings, and it was just, I guess they're sites for adolescent exploration in some ways. Yeah.
Do they tell stories for you? And what are those stories?
I think there's definitely a lot of power in those memories, and then in some ways they become launching points to get into all the things that it means to be alive, to be human, the messier parts like pain, regret, sadness, hope, joy, beauty, everything, love, everything that it means to be human. Mm-hmm. These are kind of entryway points into that. And they're also kind of these structures that have been around. They've seen so much, so they're about time too. So the passing of time, change.
Yeah, and if the walls could talk, if they could tell those stories, and once a building is abandoned, how they fall into decay. It says a lot about life and how we breathe life into things as well. Now, you have a very contemporary take on this type of imagery. So why, and how would you describe your style, first of all?
I think stylistically, I've always been interested in combining, I would say, seemingly opposites, things that we think are very far apart, like naturalism, realism, and abstraction, or maybe black and white versus very colorful things. But I like trying to bring it all together, because that's kind of what life is bringing all these things together. And I think if you can put it together in a painting and show the different relationships, it shows that it's really not, perhaps they're not that far away at all, or they're part of a continuum, and you see these different relationships. So I think it's about bringing a lot of different things together and trying to make it work.
Yes, and yours are on a very large scale as well. Well, your work is going to be on exhibit at the Gibbes on the second floor from March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, all the way through the fall, October 15. And for people who are interested in seeing your work, you can also visit Damian's website. Damian, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're back in 2 minutes.